Well, we typically try to talk about things that are a little bit interesting. So, kind of close with we've hit quite a few things. But you want to talk a little bit about our good friend Warren Buffett, who's finally retired?
Yeah, at the young age of 94. What is he? Is that right?
90 something.
He's still sharp.
Imagine if that guy said, "I'm 65, I'm out." Like, talk about somebody who's so productive past what most people think about as the retirement years.
Yeah.
And always super busy. It wasn't like he was doing this from the beach,
No.
So
No, it's been. I mean, working in this industry, it's been fun to watch and learn about. I mean, everyone. You can just use his first name and people will know who you're talking about when you're describing a strategy or an investment or someone said this or someone said that. And so, so what I put together was a couple fun facts on things that are Warren related. We'll forever use quotes and things that he has said. Like I almost brought up one when you mentioned earlier when we were talking about performance, the Warren Buffett rule. Rule number 1, don't lose money.
Yep.
Rule number 2, see rule number 1. And so, I mean, these are things we're just not going to forget. But couple fun facts about Warren. So he's beaten the market for over half a century, and so since taking over Berkshire Hathaway in 1965, he has delivered an annualized rate of return of 20%, which is nearly double the S&P 500 over that same period of time. So, had someone invested $1,000 with him on day one, that $1,000 today would be worth $30 million, which is
$1,000 in 1965.
Not today. It's 30 million. So
30 million.
Yeah,
that's bananas. Then the quirks, right? The quirks is things about like his diet and where he lives and things like that, which are pretty funny because he doesn't live like someone you would expect is worth $100 billion. So he's known for his frugal and childlike taste. He drinks 5 cans of Coke.
Childlike.
5 cans of soda a day.
He's a cherry Coke guy, right?
He doesn't drink diet.
Yeah.
And he's 94. He eats McDonald's breakfast, and he says, if I eat 2,700 calories a day, a quarter of them are from Coca-Cola.
best spokesman.
Yeah, he was the largest shareholder in Coca-Cola, institutional shareholder in Coca-Cola for a very long time. Mm-hmm. I don't think he is anymore, but yeah.
Let's see what else.
So much cash now, so
lots of cash.
He still lives in the exact same house that he bought in 1958. He bought his Omaha home for $31,500. Probably still worth $31,500.
I doubt that.
It's not Tulsa.
But still lives in the same home.
If we have any Tulsa clients, we're getting fired. We know that, right?
Yeah, we're out. We're out. How about the Tulsa people going, you guys know you're in Fresno, right?
Yeah, exactly.
But again, worth over $100 billion and still lives in the same home for the last 70 years. Now, here's something I think is I mean, it's impactful for what we do. It's very difficult for people to think about compound growth of their money. We think linear instead of exponential. And when we keep telling folks, that old saying about it's not timing the market, it's the time in the market, Warren's the perfect example of that. We think about how wealthy he is today. What's my notes here? By the time when he was 56, which, we think of many of our clients around 56, they think they're eyeing retirement down the window or down the hallway, so to speak. At 56, he was worth just $1 billion. And so 99% of his net worth.
Just? Okay.
Well, compared to...
Just want to make sure I heard that.
Rounding error now.
Compared to what he's worth today, right? And so 99% of his wealth occurred after age 50. And so what's another fun fact? Did you know that Warren played the ukulele? I didn't know that. No. So I guess he plays it at the shareholder meetings.
Yeah.
Warren Buffett, I mean, he's 94, so he'll, hopefully lives as long as he can. But obviously, he's probably in the twilight years of his life. But I'll always remember him for the gold thing in August of 11, when he started. Everyone was buying gold, and he started getting peppered with the gold questions. And he had a great. You probably look it up; it's still online. It was great.
It was a CNBC interview.
Yeah, great rant about why would I buy gold. It reminded me of Matt Damon in Good Will Hunting. Why shouldn't I work for the NSA? Mm-hmm. Well, should I buy gold? Well, let me give you a couple of reasons. And just goes through this whole thing about how if I had all the gold, they knew exactly how much it would be. It would be some giant cube, 66-foot cube or something. And he's like, and then it would just sit there. And I'd just I guess pet it and say, looks like gold. Nice. You know,
And then
nice.
ask it to do something for me.
Ask it to do
And would
something,
say,
but
"I
it
don't-"
wouldn't because it's gold. It won't do anything. And then he compared it to all the things he could own for that same, you know, at the current price of gold and all the gold in the world, which would make this cube. And it was, I can't remember how many Exxon Mobils and all the farmland in the United States.
It was all the farmland in the United States, 7 Exxon Mobils, and a couple trillion in walking around cash is what he said.
And honestly, if you went back to 11 and you mapped out what he said to do, if you just had the Exxon Mobils and all the farmland and the walking around cash at cash rates, or you had the gold, you'd be way ahead with what he wanted to do.
And that
was
doesn't even
about-
factor in the dividends and interest from ExxonMobil.
Well, correct.
right.
That's the thing with gold.
Yeah.
He said it doesn't do anything. It just sits there. And
He also avoided Bitcoin.
yes, and right. And by the way, that CNBC
Avoided.
that
For the
CNBC
same
interview was
reason.
right at the top
It
of the
doesn't do
gold.
anything.
Yeah.
Right at the top of the gold market. Now again, gold is back up higher than then, but it took, what are we at? 14 years.
Well, I've watched. I mean, I'll bring a chart for next time. I've watched the cyclical nature of it, and I think it can add as a compliment because for that same
It
decade,
can for sure.
for that same decade where gold was flat from 11 to 21, the S&P 500 was flat from 2000 to 2010.
Yep.
But we still make a case that we should own stocks.
Yeah.
You know?
No. I'm saying gold is a good piece of a portfolio, but typically the questions we get are, should I sell everything and buy gold? And typically,
That's a different conversation. The
well,
world-
when
the
they see
world's
it up,
ending.
right? It's really high right now.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, this is time to buy it.
Because the grocery store takes gold, right?
They do not.
You just shave it off.
Shave it off. Okay.
Yeah. But they don't take stocks either.
Get a gold shaver. They do take Bitcoin sometimes.
Yes, they do.
Sometimes.